The descendants of Christian Horn wanted to find out how New Buffalo Township lost a real gem. A 134-year-old, stunningly renovated farmhouse that was built by New Buffalo's last surviving Civil War veteran in 1890 was demolished last fall. The site of the home now serves as a filter field for sewage effluent from a cannabis dispensary. What makes it so puzzling is they even had a senior township official serving as a protector, ensuring them that the house was secure. This man knew the family well and had even been involved in 2 land transactions on the property. Since the shock of receiving a picture of a shelled-out home last September, family members have never gotten a satisfactory explanation why regulations were ignored or how this township official could not have been aware of the plan for demolition made by JARS in June of 2024. Follow along as the township supervisor refuses to answer basic questions brought up in an investigation. Much documentation has been given to the township's own legal representative, and they are bound by ethics not to hide any impropriety. A very simple question should not require any kind of Freedom of Information Act request. The history of the topic already has been confirmed by the township supervisor in a reply letter. The family is just asking for some clarification points on what was already said. Be your own judge. After several attempts to get an answer, no response has been given to address what happened.
Dear Supervisor Height, I would hope you would think it important for you to acknowledge that you received from us, Christian Horn Descendants Investigative Team, a large amount of material showing timeline of events, copies of documents, letters, and other items. Our feeling has been that if this had been purposely reviewed, it would have shown actions that were highly suspect and could indicate wrongdoing by JARS and even perhaps township officials. As early as October 16, 2024, you received a letter stating that there was a township board member who we felt might have acted improperly and that our team was trying to compile more information. Also made available to the township was a January 22, 2025 hard copy summary report. From this report, it could be obtained the historical ties of our family to the property and how the property passed from our possession. Also detailing the involvement of a township official who had indicated he had been helping in ensuring the security of the home to our family. One of the questions you had on our last conversation on the phone was, if we love the home so much, why didn't we buy it? Our situation with my sister in hospice and no one to take control of the house was explained. We have been making special efforts so that the home would be sold to a family keeping the house. The person assisting in this effort was Township Trustee Pete Rahm, who knew our family well. In particular, when one focuses on the messaging between the Rahms and my niece Anna Shafta Galoro, it brings up troubling questions. Messaging shows a strange emphasis that JARS would not have been involved in the demolition, starting with the Rahms witnessing in the September 23, 2024 messaging that owner 19650M239 LLC, also known as JARS, gave word the house would not be torn down. This certainty by the Rahms was further exemplified in the second messaging 5 weeks later on October 30th, 2024. It was indicated Mr. Rahm even contacted the second owner so as to make sure the home would not be destroyed. Quoting, Pete even called the second buyer to make sure it was going to remain. As events turned out, one could conclude that JARS maybe was not forthcoming to Mr. Rahm because of the fact they had known as early as of July 2023 they might have trouble obtaining suitable septic site with the receipt of a July 13, 2023 letter from Berrien County Health Department denying them a permit. That in fact it would turn out they only had one option for a safe septic site, and that would compromise the foundation of the house. They knew for certain in the spring of 2024 this was so, and thus made the decision to plan the demolition of the house. Wouldn't someone in the township board have known of this? Wouldn't the building department have been advised? Did JARS somehow hide this knowledge from everyone? Was there no obligation to inform Pete Rahm the house is coming down? The actual approval for septic site permit came on July 26, 2024, but it was JAR's other action that would have ensured the destruction of the house. JARS did apply to the building department in late June for a demolition permit. Again, is it possible for no one on the township board to have been aware? This plan action would have been divergent from what the planning commission was told, and by regulation should have required a new hearing. This should be important for the township legal representative to determine if there was intentional impropriety from JARS. A major conspiracy came to my own mind that there might have been some type of collusion earlier. Totally speculative, but having a realtor who was involved in 2 transactions involving this land that later would be going through the special land use approval process, would this be a conflict of interest? There would be a realtor who had involvement with the purchaser of the property, who later as a board member would vote as a decision maker as to whether the applicant would be denied or accepted for preliminary special land use approval in August of 2023. There was a question among our group why Anna was not informed of the public hearing with the Planning Commission. Should Mr. Rahm have let Anna know of this? Perhaps it would be better for JARS not to have any interested or affected party attend to interfere or ask questions at the hearing. This could definitely apply also for Anna not to know the demolition permit application made by JARS in late June so as not to upset their plans. In addition to the information I received from Berrien County Health Department about the soil site compromising the structure of the house, you stated to me in the phone conversation that you had additional information and knowledge that the house would be destroyed because designating it as part of a business would also require a suitable septic system which could not be obtained. This would be true also. The question that all of us need to know is who gave you this information and on what date. You also stated to me that it would have been unreasonable for Mr. Rahm to know any of this as he was only in the township office for short periods of time. Don't these people have coffee together sometimes? And who actually knew what was going on? Did JARS sell the home to hide the fact they had done the planning of the demolition? Was this done because of their statements to everyone they were not going to tear down the house? Is it possible a written agreement had been made with Dwayne Wireman they would not tear down the house? I was told by a Berrien County official that there might be something attached in the paperwork. It was so strange about the sudden appearance of M239-19650 LLC on the Laird record database came into being August 5th, 2024. This apparently was done to facilitate the transfer of deed while hiding JARS' role in planning the demolition. Another Berrien County official said the purchase price was hidden with a procedure that allowed this. The price could have been $0 or even $1 million. It would take a court order to reveal.
Michelle Height might at newbuffalotownship.org. Date Tuesday, October 14, 2025. Mr. Kruger, we have already discussed the matters mentioned in your email both via email and by phone. Any further correspondence from you will be forwarded to our attorney. Michelle Height, New Buffalo Township Supervisor.
Special land use approval must abide by Section 8.2 Part D. The use shall represent an improvement to the use or character of the property under consideration and the surrounding area in general, yet also be in keeping with the natural environment of the site. As described in several realtors' listings, the property and house were described as such. There is a stunning farmhouse on 15+ acres of gorgeous land with an abundance of wildlife, making this a nature lover's dream.
Every citizen should have rights, especially because of the mental stress that the descendants of Christian Horn have suffered. They surely deserve to know who informed the supervisor of New Buffalo Township, and when it was known that this beautiful home would be demolished. It is certain had the family known of planning to destroy the home in late June of 2024, they would have taken action. At the very least, they could have requested to walk through the house. Surely someone knew what happened before September 12th of 2024 when the ownership passed from JARS Cannabis to Cannabis Club. The fact that a township official who served as a trustee for 31 years, indicated in messaging as late as October 30th, 2024, that he did not actually know who was responsible is absurd. His messaging to Anna Goloro-Shafto shows he was deliberately steering the whole blame to the third buyer Cannabis Club, while in fact JARS had done their planning to demolish in June of 2024. These are very serious events and need to be investigated.